Good evening. It's feared 4 Australians are among 58 people killed when an airliner crashed in Indonesia today. The Garuda jet was on a flight from Jakarta to the provincial capital, Yogyakarta, when it overshot the runway and caught fire. Injured survivors include Sydney Morning Herald journalist Cynthia Banham and a Channel 7 cameraman. We warn some people may find his pictures disturbing.
Oh my God.
This is what confronted a Channel 7 cameraman just seconds after he escaped the fiery wreckage. You can still hear the plane's engines whining over the screams of those trying to escape. Other survivors stagger away. One man had his trousers ripped off. Another passenger can be seen jumping from the crushed tip of the Boeing 737. Wyan Sakado kept filming despite a suspected broken leg. What he captured is unprecedented. Fire quickly engulfs the fuselage. Those still on board had no chance. Suddenly, a fuel tank explodes. It took many minutes before emergency crews started to arrive. Even they were overwhelmed at what they found. Anyone who could help carry the wounded did. Garuda Flight 200 had overshot the runway after a morning flight from Jakarta. Survivors reported the plane shaking violently just before touchdown.
The wheel of aircraft landed and very hard landed. I think it's that is a human error, I think.
Inside the terminal was a scene of carnage. Dozens of injured, many with severe burns, lay wherever they can find space. This is Fairfax journalist Cynthia Banham, with burns to 60% of her body. She was able to speak to her family before undergoing emergency surgery. These two are Australian Air Force officers, believed to be Matt Matson and Kyle Quinlan.
Good. Two mil, not even a mil.
Others on board included 2 Australian Federal Police officers, an Australian Embassy employee and another journalist. They were travelling to Yogyakarta as part of a visit to Indonesia by Foreign Minister Alexander Downer. Mr Downer should have been on the next flight. His VIP jet has been held in Jakarta, but may be used to help medevac Australians out of Indonesia.
Quite a number of people did not survive, and that is, for those who survived, we're intensely relieved.
At least 90 survived the crash. A whiteboard full of names could be seen at a local military hospital as authorities try to account for those missing. Wyan Sakado told of the panic and confusion in a phone call to Seven's newsroom. Passengers forward of row 10 in business class may have been trapped. He tumbled out into a rice paddy, amazingly still clutching his camera, and despite his own injuries, kept filming. A major investigation is underway, and it will consider the possibility of a terrorist attack. Some witnesses reported seeing sparks before touchdown, others a series of explosions. Mike Amor, 7 News.
In breaking news, there are reports from Indonesia that Australian Embassy official Liz O'Neill has been confirmed as one of those killed. And Fairfax has just issued a statement confirming one of its journalists is unaccounted for. He's Morgan Mellish from the Financial Review. And joining us now on the line from Yogyakarta Airport is Stephen Fitzpatrick from the Australian newspaper. Stephen, what have you heard on the fate of the missing Australians?
Well, it's all still very unclear to us. We, and I mean both embassy staff and other journalists, are madly trying to work out how to account for people. But, yeah, the 2 names that you've just said are ones that we haven't clarified yet. OK, and what's going on at the crash site right now? Well, there's investigators or police and military are keeping people back away from the site, but there's very little remaining to be investigated. I guess the plane went up and it's just a charred wreck, little more than that. It's quite amazing that as many people got out as did, really. All right, Stephen, thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Righto, thanks. Stephen Fitzpatrick there joining us from the crash scene.